us now is radio host in Canada, Sameer Kaushal. Sameer ji, namaste. This is Anand here. Can you take us through what actually happened?
Namaste, Anand ji. Thank you so much for taking me. Actually, there was an event organized by Indo-Canadian Diaspora to welcome our Indian High Commissioner, Mr. Sanjay Kumar Verma, day before yesterday on 19th of March at 6 p.m. according to the PST. And I was invited in that event to interview our Indian High Commissioner. So when I went there, I saw that the one group of pro-Khalistanis, they blocked that event. They blocked that event, and they were, the truck was parked in front of that event, and they were just standing on the trucks and shouting their slogans. They were carrying their flags. So I requested the Surrey RCMP, the Royal Canadian Mounted Police officers, those who were over there, and I requested them that if I can go into that event, the event which was scheduled for Indian High Commissioner. They said no, the event, the gates are closed and nobody can go in, but you can check with the protesters. So I checked with one of the protesters. I politely asked him if they can let me into the event. I showed them my business card that I'm from media, but they simply refused that no one can go in the event to cover, though the event was not even started by that time, and nobody, they didn't let anybody in. And by that time, when I said, since I am here, I can interview you or any of your organizer regarding the protest which you are, demonstrating over here. And then the person who was addressing over the mic, he started instigating the crowd, and approximately more than 24 youngsters, their face was covered with clothes, and they just circling around me. They were pushing me, and they were using abusive language toward me, and threatening me that I have to leave the place, otherwise there's going to be consequences or such kind of things. And I was telling them that I'm one of you. I came from India as well. You have your background from India, and this should not be the way. You should not use the abusive words. But they were not listening to me, and when the things got escalated, the Surrey RCMP, the local police over there, they were like mute spectators. And when the things escalated, they just came in and they took me out from that crowd. And they were pushing me out of that place. And they were saying, the Surrey RCMP officer, that I have to leave that space, that place immediately for my own safety. They said, we cannot provide you the security. I am a taxpayer. I am a Canadian citizen. I am a Canadian passport holder. And they said that they cannot provide me the security. And the person or the group, the mob, which was hurling, which were threatening me, they were not saying, they didn't say anything to them. I heard that there was another person who has been beaten up by that mob, and the Surrey RCMP said that I cannot go back to my car. They gave me ride in their cruiser to my car. So this what had happened. This was very terrible and shocking experience, and I haven't seen this kind of behavior in the Canadian culture.
But did these people, these protesters, did they have permission from the police to organize this protest and to blockade or to gherav the welcome of the Indian High Commissioner there?
I am not very much sure from their side whether they have taken any kind of permission from the Surrey RCMP or the police of jurisdiction. I'm not very much sure about that.
And how far were they from the actual event where the Indian High Commissioner was supposed to be there? Did the cops keep them at a fair distance, or did they allow them absolute proximity?
To whom? To the High Commissioner or to the protesters?
To the protesters. Did they allow the protesters to get very close to the event of the High Commissioner, or were they at a distance?
You are going to be, surprised with the fact that the event has been cancelled by the Surrey RCMP because of their non-performance, behavior. And the protesters, they blocked the main entry of that event, and they did not let anybody go in. And because of their aggressive act, the event has been cancelled.
So they ensured that this event itself did not happen. That's the level to which they have bullied the Surrey Metropolitan Police and the administration.
Absolutely.
And how was this allowed? Surrey, the Surrey Metropolitan Police and the local administration is okay with this kind of behavior?
I am surprised as well. It's my personal opinion that the Surrey RCMP, they were acting like a mute spectator, and there was a silent approval by the police to the protesters to do whatever they want to do, and that's what they have done.
Did these goons, did these protesters, did they have political backing? Were there local politicians who were backing them in Surrey?
I am not very much sure, but yes, at one aspect we can say they do have a good number of votes over there. So most probably, maybe directly, indirectly, there's going to be any kind of any kind of support. Definitely, that's why I think the Surrey RCMP was reluctant to take any kind of action.
Were you able to speak to any of the police members, the Surrey MP members? Did you ask them, do they have this permission? Why are they blocking the event? Are you not going to allow the event to happen? Did they have to offer anything on that matter?
That time, the situation was very tense, and it was very shocking for me. It was very terrorizing experience as well. When 100, 125, 150 people, they were around you and they were pushing you, they were throwing abusive words in Punjabi language in front of you, and the police, which we supposed to they are here to save us from these kind of elements, and when they are not providing you adequate security, how would somebody feel? I mean, that was the case, and I was under the trauma as well at that time, and I did not get a chance to ask them whether they have the approval or not. But what I have seen, and they were the Surrey RCMP cops, they were witnessing all that aggressive behavior of all those that mob, when they were beating another person, when they were pushing me and threatening me. They saw everything. I mean, what else we need to know from the cops' mouth?
You are saying there were a handful of people, but they were allowed to bulldoze an entire event and ensure that it didn't happen, Sameer Kaushal. Is this the first time in Surrey MP? Or do you think these events are just increasing in number?
A few months back, our Honorable Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, he was supposed to come in an event in city of Surrey as well. And there was another group, not this group, but there was another group. They demonstrated in front of that event, and that event has to be cancelled because of the inadequate safety measures taken up by the Surrey RCMP. Yes, we have seen from last couple of years that these kind of events are going more aggressive and more bold. And I think the Indo-Canadian diaspora, they are not supporting them in majority, but still the groups, though they are not in very big numbers on the West Coast, yes, they have a majority on the East Coast, especially on Toronto side and some other sides next to the US. But on the West Coast side, they are not in that number, but yet they are very vocal.
Who is leading this protest? Could you identify
Yes.
the person who was leading this protest?
No, I cannot identify the person. Those who swarmed around me, they covered their faces. So I mean, RCMP, our police of jurisdiction, they know everything. Who was the protester? What was their group, and everybody around them.
Have they arrested anybody? Detained anybody?
No, as far as I know, till now it's midnight over here, and nobody has been arrested yet. No charges has been laid on anybody yet.
And is there an apology that's been issued to the Indian High Commissioner and the embassy there? Consulate
No, I
there?
don't think so. I don't think so.
So there's no apology issued. An event has been cancelled. And the
Event has been cancelled by the Surrey. That's what I came to know, that Surrey RCMP said that they cannot provide the security. That's what I came to know.
तो ये पुलिस किस लिए है समझ में नहीं आया और ये लोग गाली गलोच these guys were abusing you and they said आपकी सेफ्टी के लिए आप चले जाओ rather than saying that we ensure your safety and we'll detain these people.
I think
I'm a little confused and confounded by the kind of policing that's on display. Is this how they do it?
This is the first time I have gone through that experience, though I do cover so many events of the different police agencies over here. I do have some known in the police as well. I never saw this kind of behavior by the police. This what surprised me as well. But you know what? I think it is a lesson for the community that we have to act strong. We Indians, Indo-Canadians, Punjabis, we are very progressive, we are very entrepreneurial, and we are very optimistic. And I think the Indo-Canadian society, our community, is not going to play in the hands of these handful of protesters, and we are not going to let them break our bond.
Well, Sameer Kaushal, I know it's way past midnight. We'll wait until morning in Canada, in Ottawa, to see if there is a statement that's issued by the Surrey Metropolitan Police or the Surrey MP. Thank you very much for speaking with us. Regret that you had to go through such a traumatic experience, but glad that you are safe. Thank you very much. We're going to take a short break. Stay with us.